It's a beautiful morning.
Having a beautiful morning doesn't require a beautiful morning. Because with McDonald's breakfast sandwiches, people can hold a little bit of sunshine right in their hands. In fact, a taste for McDonald's sizzling bacon, fresh cracked eggs, homemade biscuits, and hot McMuffins draws more people out of their homes than any other.
It's a beautiful
Of course, you don't need bad weather to have a beautiful morning. McDonald's, America's morning place.
I've been writing a lot of stories about aspirin lately, but if you think you've heard all the news about aspirin, think again. Clinical tests on headaches show there's a better aspirin formula. It's Anacin. Listen, the tests show that compared to regular strength aspirin, Anacin provides a more effective level of headache relief. Better relief. The latest good news about aspirin is Anacin.
Andersen, a better aspirin formula.
Can you see my Skippy? Look but don't touch. Means Mom loves me very much. She draws a heart so I can see that she knows Skippy's good for me.
Of all the national brands, only Skippy has both high protein and less sugar. High protein and less sugar for your kids. Now that's good nutrition straight from the heart.
It's all gone, but now that I'm two, I think Mom made this heart just for you.
Skippy, good nutrition straight from the heart.
If you were gonna cook up some burgers tonight, you broil them on a flame, make them taste just right. So isn't it nice to know there's a place to go where they make it just as good as you could make it yourself? That's why we do it like you do it when we do it like we do it at Burger King. We do it like you would do it when we do it like we do it at Burger King.
The most controversial courtroom battle of the century.
Objection!
Kirk Douglas, Jason Robards, and Gene Simmons, a special television event. Inherit the Wind, Sunday.
Right up here. Here, you get to keep the sign. Okay, look at that.
When you choose someone to help you sell your home, you want it to be somebody you can trust. Maybe that's why Century 21 is the #1 home selling system in America. We know a whole lot about trust.
Come with us.
Get the picture?
Put your trust in #1, Century 21.
To show you the difference between ordinary nylon carpet and Anso 5 worry-free, we dip them in fruit drink.
Isn't this fun?
And rinse them in water.
What's the matter? Can't swim?
Only one comes out worry-free.
Have you thought about a new career?
It's the battle of the Rosies.
This Rosie's got the big towel.
This Rosie's got the quicker one. Bounty.
And they're off.
Bounty's the quicker picker-upper. See?
I better change my towel, Rosie.
But not your name, Rosie.
Aaron's wife will return.
An NBC family special. A father's job loss tears a family apart.
Why'd Dad lose his job?
A son tries to keep them together.
I was just trying to help.
Well, I don't need your help.
It's a heartwarming story
Look what I found.
for the whole family. With St. Elsewhere's David Morris and L.A. Law's Susan Day. A Place at the Table, Sunday.
That poor baby cooped up in this tiny little room with these two murdering women.
Can a mother convicted of murder retain custody of her 6-month-old son?
I love Johnny. He's my life. He's everything to me.
With a child's welfare at stake, Judge Franklin wants all the facts.
Weren't you going to abort him? I thought about it.
Feel the drama of families in conflict.
Prison is no place for a baby.
Next time on The Judge.
Thursday at 5 on Channel 3.
It's the Blizzard flavor treat. So rich, so thick, you gotta spoon it up. Get one made with a heat bar. Nerds candy. Hydrox cookies. M&M's peanut chocolate candies. Fruit or nuts. The Blizzard, only at Dairy Queen, an American original.
We treat you right.
A mother struggled with her child's illness on the next day in Cleveland.
You know, Whoppers are my most favorite sustenance. I love how Burger King flame broils them to give them such a juicy tastefulness.
How do they do it in your country?
You do not want to know. It is too unspeakable. Ah, come on.
Come on.
How they do it is they fry them.
That's how some places here do it.
No. You are joking me. No.
We do it like you do it when we do it like we do it at Burger King.
Mom and Dad bought this table the year I was born. Look at it. Beautiful. And all Mom did was dust every week with Pledge. And now Endust says watch out for buildup? After 28 years? Come on. Pledge is self-cleaning for a fresh shine every time you dust. Compare that to Endust, which just evaporates, leaving wood looking as dry and defenseless as before. A Pledge shine protects and cares for wood.
Pledge, a fresh shine every time.
For 28 years. And counting.
Thanks again, boys, and keep the change. You hear all this nonsense about Kellogg's Frosted Flakes being just for kids. Well, I, for one, eat them, and I'm going to go right on eating them. Frosted Flakes just for kids, come on. Like we adults have to go sneaking around, like we can't love these crisp, sweet flakes just as much as kids. Who is it?
You just have to admit it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Aaron's Way will return.
Aaron's Way, sponsored in part by Sure Antiperspirant. Get Sure and be just as sure about odor as you are about wetness.
I know. We've been here too long already, but let me try this on you one more time.
Kathy Durham, school teacher, looks cool under pressure. But just because her blouse is dry doesn't mean she smells good. Because underarm odor is invisible, she needs total protection. Sure Roll-On. Sure not only helps protect against wetness, it actually kills bacteria that cause odor. So, Kathy, why go to school with a dry blouse and a false sense of security? Tomorrow, get the total protection of Sure Roll-On. And be just as sure about odor as you are about wetness.
Good job. Thanks.
Sara Lee has a bagel for people who like lots of raisins, for people who like lots of poppy seeds, and for people who don't like anything at all.
Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
Have you ever seen homemade taste? With Prego, you see the basil. With ragu.
I can't see it.
With Prego, you see the oregano. With ragu.
I can't see it.
So why buy ragu?
I can't see it.
Prego, homemade taste. You can see it.
Next, Highway to Heaven starts 1 hour later.
There's just something different about this.
It finds Mark and Jonathan have switched powers.
I got the stuff!
Then on A Year in the Life, Jack reunites with his first love.
Well, I'm married.
And old passions ignite. Highway to Heaven and A Year in the Life after the series premiere of Aaron's Way tonight.
Sunday, Family Ties takes a new look back at the tricks, the kicks, and the licks that make it a hit. Join one of television's funniest families. And then on Day by Day, it's story time.
These deluded children go for a walk in the woods. Real smart.
Join the fun Sunday after Family Ties.
This is NBC News Digest. Here is Ann Rubenstein, NBC News.
Good evening. A federal indictment was returned today against 4 major figures in the Iran-Contra affair, including Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North and former National Security Advisor John Poindexter. They were charged with conspiring to divert profits from the Iran arms sales to the Contras. President Reagan is considering sending U.S. troops to Honduras in response to a Sandinista offensive against the Contras along the Nicaraguan-Honduran border. And Panama's General Manuel Noriega survived an attempted coup today, while thousands of Panamanians took to the streets in bloody protests against him. I'm Ann Rubenstein in New York. More news later on this NBC station.
That poor baby cooped up in this tiny little room with these 2 murdering women.
Can a mother convicted of murder retain custody of her 6-month-old son?
I love Johnny. He's my life. He's everything to me.
With a child's welfare at stake, Judge Franklin wants all the facts.
Weren't you going to abort him? I thought about it.
Feel the drama of families in conflict.
Prison is no place for a baby.
Next time on The Judge.
Thursday at 5 on Channel 3.
La 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 la. Every limbo boy and girl all around the limbo world.
Now Ponderosa introduces a delicious ribeye and fried shrimp dinner at a very low price.
Hello, can you go?
Included is our all-you-can-eat salad buffet, baked potato, new home-style soups, and hot veggies, all at the very low price of $4.99. Ponderosa's ribeye and shrimp dinner. We know the value of a good family meal.
New allegations in phony ticket probe at 11.
The new Honda CRX SI has a new double wishbone suspension system and a new 16-valve fuel-injected engine that has 105 horses. That's a lot of horses.
I need home cooking.
Come and get it. Swanson Homestyle Recipe number 8. Deluxe chicken pie with vegetables, gravy, and maybe the flakiest crust you've had since Mama let you grow up to be cowboys.
Let's go and get it.
From the looks on the front, you'll never guess the name on the back. Corelle. Yes, durable, beautiful Corelle. Meet the new face of Corelle.
For more than 80 years, people have come home to homes with Andersen Windows. Come home. And while times have changed, our commitment to quality and to the home has not. Which is why today, more people come home to Andersen Windows than any other.
Come home to quality. Come home to Andersen. We know how you love shrimp. A great deal of shrimp. Whoa, what a deal. Even kids love shrimp.
Shrimp, 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 shrimp.
Not to mention shrimp.
We know how you love shrimp.
The Red Lobster Shrimp Festival. Try the shrimp and crab leg feast, just $10.95 on Fridays and Saturdays only.
Fresh scent Clorox, I say. Fresh scent Clorox. Fresh scent Clorox bleach. Goodness, it smells so good.
Fresh scent. Another great Clorox bleach.
Goodness, it smells so good.
How come some women always look like they've just stepped out of a salon?
Salon Selectives.
4 salon shampoos, 4 salon conditioners. Select your combination for salon beautiful hair.
Salon Selectives.
An NBC Family Special. A father's job loss tears a family apart.
Why'd Dad lose his job?
A son tries to keep them together.
I was just trying to help.
Well, I don't need your help.
It's a heartwarming story
What did I do?
for the whole family. With St. Elsewhere's David Morris and L.A. Law's Susan Day. A Place at the Table Sunday. It became the most controversial courtroom battle of the century.
Objection!
Science versus religion.
Never let them question the power of the Almighty.
Evolution against creation.
How do you know that God didn't speak to Charles Darwin? God has told me to oppose the teaching of that man.
Jason Robards, Kirk Douglas. Inherit the Wind Sunday.
This is an NBC News special report. Here is Ann Rubenstein, NBC News.
Good evening from NBC News. There have been some late developments at the White House regarding the movement of U.S. troops into Honduras. Standing by at the White House is Andrea Mitchell to tell us what's been decided. Andrea?
And sources have told NBC News that President Reagan has decided tonight to send 3,200 U.S. troops on a training exercise to Honduras as a show of strength. This in response to a telephone request from President Azcona of Honduras. That request came about 2 hours ago in a telephone call to the U.S. ambassador in that country. Now, the initial plan, which is going to be announced officially in about 45 minutes in an unusual late night in a White House briefing, is to take half of those 3,200 troops from the 82nd Airborne Division stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and the other half from the 7th Infantry stationed in Fort Ord, California. They would begin moving out as quickly as possible, possibly within the next couple of hours. White House officials are now calling congressional leaders to notify them, and as I say, Marlin Fitzwater, the White House spokesman, has been called back to the White House to give a briefing later this evening. The president made the decision after consulting with National Security Advisor Colin Powell in the White House residence tonight. And as I say, congressional leaders are being notified. White House officials and administration officials and other agencies believe that this is an important show of strength to both the democracies in the region and to the Sandinistas, although it is very likely to set off a firestorm in Congress, because many in Congress, including House Speaker Jim Wright, said today that they believe that the White House was exaggerating the claims of the Sandinista invasion or incursion across that border into Honduras. And back to you.
Thank you, Andrea. We will have more details as they become available to us throughout the evening. Stay tuned to this NBC station. Ann Rubenstein reporting from New York.
This has been an NBC News special report. We now rejoin the program already in progress.
I've been writing a lot of stories about aspirin lately, but if you think you've heard all the news about aspirin, think again. Clinical tests on headaches show there's a better aspirin formula. It's Anacin. Listen, the tests show that compared to regular strength aspirin, Anacin provides a more effective level of headache relief. Better relief. The latest good news about aspirin is Anacin.
Andersen, a better aspirin formula.
Introducing new A1 poultry sauce, our first sauce ever meant just for chicken. And because its herbs, spices, and fruit were meant just for chicken, new A1 poultry sauce makes the most of chicken any way you make it.
I'll never forget the first time Tide failed me. It was dirty motor oil on Ralph's good shirt. Never did come out. And I washed it 3 times. I had to make a fresh start.
Presenting an extraordinary detergent, Fresh Start. On dirty motor oil stains like these, it can do in just 1 wash what Tide can't do in 3. So be a Tide dropout. Make a fresh start.
My whole wash got cleaner for it.
Sunday, Family Ties takes a new look back at the tricks, the kicks, and the licks that make it a hit. Join one of television's funniest families. And then on Day by Day, it's story time.
These deluded children go for a walk in the woods. Real smart.
Join the fun Sunday after Family Ties. When hardships tear a family apart,
Why'd Dad lose his job?
a boy struggles to keep them together.
I don't need your help!
An NBC Family Special, A Place at the Table, Sunday.
Highway to Heaven, sponsored in part by Armstrong, the people who make your home so nice to come home to.
Yeah, we made a change or two for the good. Did some things we didn't know we could. What a feeling, look at what 2 people can do. Armstrong made our home so nice to come home to.
Let Armstrong do-it-yourself ceilings, floors, furniture, and decorating ideas help you when you take matters into your own hands.
Armstrong makes your home so nice to come home to.
The cleanser Dave uses to clean his grimy gas station sink is the same cleanser Mary relies on to gently clean her fine porcelain wash basin. Now, what cleanser cleans that powerfully but without harsh scratching? Soft Scrub Liquid Cleanser with its unique mild abrasive formula. From Clorox, of course.
Pretty guys, there's Cow Plumbing.
Any pipe, any place, any price.
For clogs at their worst.
Oh, it's for you.
Call Liquid Plumber first.
The mid-size Dodge Dakota 4x4 with standard V6 power, Ranger, and S10 charge extra for. And now package savings up to $1,000 more. When it's gotta be right, it's gotta be a Dodge.
Next on A Year in the Life, Jack reunites with his first love.
Well, I'm married.
And old passions ignite. A Year in the Life, next.
It's the night Hollywood goes country when Hank Williams Jr. and